Atkins and pals, and there's also therapy too.
All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome on in. Thank you so much for being here. I have a couple of things to recap from last week, or follow up, if you will. So last episode, we heard from Josh Breeding, who is the vegan store restaurant owner that Ron writes a really bad review for. And he said he had a mustache for the audition, and they asked him to shave it. And I was like, oh my God, I bet they asked him to shave it because if he had a mustache, he would have been friends with Ron. I didn't even think of that when I was listening to his voice memo.
That's so funny and probably true.
Yeah, totally.
I wonder how big of a decision that is. I mean, I know if you're an actor and you really want a part, it's probably like, yeah, shave the. It's probably like shave the mustache, right? But it's like that seems like such a personal decision.
Yeah, totally. I definitely think that I would just do it. If it's a mustache, you've grown it once, you can grow it again. Or grow it again. But anyway, I was just thinking that they probably needed everything to be opposite of Ron, so that's funny. Anyhow, okay, so the next thing I wanted to say was that the Eagleton and Pawnee wall was filmed at Lafayette Park in Los Angeles. This is the actual park that borders Pasadena and San Marino. So that was the park that was used for scenes showing the divided park between Pawnee and Eagleton with a temporary fence constructed for filming. So that's cool. I like that. It's like a real park that is split up into two. And then we've got the difference between the state park versus the national park. I had written that the ownership was a big deal. I know that I went on a big tangent of how the state park and the national park is like really different. But all federal public lands are owned by U.S. taxpayers, where that money goes towards maintaining national parks, forests, wilderness areas, wild rivers, scenic rivers, all that kind of stuff, which means that every person has a right to be there. Like no one's actually no one's actually in charge of how it's used no one's actually like restricted from being there, if that makes sense. Although state parks are controlled by state governments and they are required to generate funding, which I did not realize that. They have to somehow bring in revenue. So I think that is something that's interesting.
Yeah, very interesting.
Yeah. So I'll go ahead and I'm sorry that you're dealing with this. But I'll go ahead and post all those links in the show notes because I think those are really interesting facts. And then I also looked up how to submit to be a national park because, again, I went on a really big tangent on this last week, so apologies that I'm continuing that tangent. But I did want to see, I feel like I looked up what the requirements are, but not like if I, Holly, or you, Maddie, wanted a specific piece of our town to be a national park or even a state park, like how would we go about that? And I didn't really look that up because I never really got the details on that. And Leslie obviously talked to Grant Larson, but like what if you don't know a Grant Larson? Like how would you actually submit it? And like I said in the last episode, national park creation requires Congress passing legislation or the president invoking the Antiquities Act of 1906, declaring a national park or monument. And a lot of times national monuments become national parks later. But most of my research is saying because it has to be passed by Congress, you need to contact your local representative, or I'm sure in Leslie's case, she already has resources and contacts at the Park Service. And there are organizations and conservation organizations that lobby for that kind of thing. So I was just thinking, like, if I wanted to make a park, I don't think there's like a straight up application or anything. It's most likely like a proposal, but you have to give it to your national park branch. And there's all these different procedures and everything. Like you can't just fill something out online. So I posted this in the show notes last week, but I'll post it again because there's a little like pamphlet looking thing online that the National Park Service posted where it has like a list of all of the branches of the parks, and the Midwest Park branch is on there, which is exactly what Leslie might be running one day. So I thought that was really fun and cute.
I love that. And I love a national park. I think I want to see more. Just some of the videos I see on TikTok and everywhere, it's like, I'm so glad that those are national parks and they're protected, and because just the beauty it's so cool. So
yeah, absolutely. The other follow-ups that I was going to talk about is Mike shares favorite character names. So I posted this on our Instagram last week, and we talked about it last week because there's a character named Judy, like I don't even know how you pronounce this. It's like ZAPP, and then it just looks like someone sat on the keyboard, and it was just like a bunch of letters. And one of the quotes that I found from Mike Schur was, originally it was Judy Zappos, and I was like, you're gonna have to clear that, meaning like, you know, make sure no one's named already that. So I wrote Zappos backwards, and it was Judy Zappos Opaz. Then I liked Zappos Opaz so much that I added the whole thing, and it became Zappos Opaz Appos Opaz. And it just looks like somewhat, like I said, it just looks like my cat sat on the keyboard, and that's where the name came from.
Yeah.
But he listed his top fave character names because, as you know, on the show we talk very much about all the names that he's made up. We've got Officer Randy Killnose, Mona Lisa Saperstein, Trod Frankenstipe, which Trod is the one that we got voice memos from. He's played by Alan McLeod. He's a reporter. He's actually the one in last episode where he was like, "Nice try, prank queen. There's probably bees in there." That's Trod. And then let's see. Oh, Tyrion Fonzarelli, Tony Strunk Fuster, Gretzky Susan Pellegrino, which we talked about, the hyphenated Gretzky and Susan and everything.
Yeah.
Schur says he loves hyphenates and a lot of K sounds. Typhoon Montalban, Sassandra Sassnorp, Summer Olay Kraken Frong, who we actually got voice memos from last week, and she is the one that actually sent this article over, and Schur is quoted as saying, "Probably my favorite. It comes right from Monty Python. We also created the opposite, which is Winter Karumba Yekti Rabbit." Because Summer is the first one, then we've got Winter, and then Frong is a last name, so like a frog, I guess, and then they use Rabbit as the last name. But oh my god, I just thought that was really interesting to get a peek into Mike Schur's mind and like weirdness.
For real. Yeah, that's
so
crazy.
cool.
That's crazy how many names are on there that aren't, like, it shows you how many characters they've created because there's so many names on there that aren't, most of them aren't recurring people.
Right. Yeah, exactly. And yeah, shout out to Amber Friendly who sent that to us. She was one of the reporters in the last one that sent us voice memos. So yeah, that was really fun.
Cool.
Okay, so we've got Season 6, Episode 16, new slogan, original air date March 13th, 2014, written by Sam Means and Alan Yang. Alan Yang, of course, is Chang in Mouse Rat, and Sam Means is a writer and producer of Parks. He's written 2 episodes total, this one being his second. We first saw him in New Beginnings, which is when Leslie comes back to the Parks Department after the recall, and Ben gets pranked by the Parks Department. That's the episode that he wrote. He's also worked on a ton of things, just as a reminder. Girls Five Eva, Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt, The Daily Show, so many things. So well done to Sam Means and Alan Yang. And then this was directed by Dean Holland, our favorite. If you're new here, he's the editor/director extraordinaire that also worked on The Office and a ton of other things in the Schurverse. So very excited to have this writer-director team.
Good episode for it, too.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I've got summary written whenever you're ready.
Perfect. Okay. Leslie and Ben work on finding a new town slogan after the merger. Leslie struggles with deciding on the new job. Andy works on finding bands for the Unity concert, and April and Donna help Tom look for the perfect location for Tom's Bistro.
Yay, Tom's Bistro. Can't believe we're there already. It's so
I know.
To see his
I feel like
trajectory.
Yeah, and I feel like that always just pops up out of nowhere for me.
The Tom's
like,
Bistro?
I'm like, oh my gosh, we're already here. Because, you know, spoiler alert, he's like doing opening night on the Unity concert. Mm-hmm. And I think because the 7th season takes us into the future, the 6th season feels kind of like the end. Mm-hmm. And so when you hit the Unity concert, you're like, oh, this is kind of it. And so when you're like, oh gosh, he's starting Tom's Bistro, you're like, no, we're almost at the end.
Yeah, I think I did the math. I can't remember the exact number, but I believe it's 12 more episodes, something like that. Crazy.
Wow. Yeah. Wow.
Okay, so we start this episode with Ben presenting the new Pawnee website to the Parks Department, which is so great. It looks really good, really organized. This online presence is a huge deal for cities and counties. So I don't think that, we had a website at all, I would venture to say, before he was city manager. So that's a really nice accomplishment for his role. It's streamlining rentals, parking tickets. You can apply for a business license, like so many great administrative tasks that you don't need to go in person anymore for.
Which is going to make Ron so happy and probably a lot of other people happy.
Yeah. And I think a lot of people, I know this from working in the title business, a lot of businesses only operate via postal mail or you have to come in person because they're small ass counties and they just don't have the capability, I guess, or they don't want to. They just don't want to add that. And so I think this is really good for Pawnee to be moving into the 21st century.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, very necessary. And I also have to say, I would also be like, Peebo. I would be very focused on the panda.
Totally. It's so cute. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Leslie says before this Peebo thing that the best part is they're putting up a poll so people can pick the new slogan, which is what this is all about. And then we get distracted by Peebo on the website. And apparently this web designer randomly put that up on the front page and Ben tries to play it off because it's distracting and he doesn't want people to just focus on that. But yeah, once we find out that the panda's name is Peebo, come on. And playing ping pong with your tail, that's so cute. Yeah. You can't not be excited about that.
And I think there's, Ben mentions later, do we even need a slogan? It's okay to not have a slogan. And I think I look at sports and stuff like that, mascots are a big deal. You probably could have unified the town just with Peebo and had a suit made and everything. And people would have banded together to protect Peebo. If out of towners were you guys have a panda as your mascot, the whole town would have been you don't ever disrespect Peebo, So
yeah, that's so true.
There's unity in that.
Yeah. Well, and speaking of mascots, I was reminded of Ben's reaction to Lil Sebastian in this moment. Everyone else is so excited and he's just this is so dumb and not important.
Oh my gosh, that's so true. I didn't correlate that. That's funny.
But I mean, Lil Sebastian is more than a mascot. I don't think he counts. I feel like he counts as our hometown hero.
Hometown hero.
People can be the mascot.
Yeah, there you go.
And then he puts on a top hat. Oh my God.
I know. Oh my gosh. There should be a whole tab at the top of the website that just says Little Sebastian Memoriam and just has his history and his pictures and everything.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Oh my gosh. Yes, the town would love that. I think that you're right, though. Yeah, if we could just unify over Peebo and have Peebo at all the basketball games and farmers market, that would be really nice.
Yeah, agreed.
That's so funny. And then I love that Ron compliments him, but just on the panda game, nothing else. Well done.
Yeah, well done on the panda, Ben.
And I know this is semantics, but I do want to say that a lot of towns have, or a lot of the places that the things that he's talking about can be done, like taxes and stuff, are mostly on a county website, not necessarily a city website. But I do think there are city websites, so it's really just semantics. But I just wanted to point that out, that I wonder if they have a county website too, a Wamapoke County, because you have to pay, a lot of times you have to pay county taxes and city taxes. So just curious.
Yeah.
But who cares? Because Peebo's here. So fuck taxes.
Yeah. Fuck taxes because Peebo.
Yes.
Love
okay. Side note, Indiana's official motto is the Crossroads of America. I had to look that up since we're talking about slogans, reflecting its central location and transportation to hub status. But its tourism slogan has recently shifted to the In Indiana campaign, featuring variations like more to discover in Indiana, what all is in there, hospitality, local pride, that kind of stuff. So I thought that was fascinating.
Yeah. Is the in capitalized?
Yeah.
IN?
Yeah.
For the state. That's cool.
In space Indiana, but I still think it would be cool if they did do the just had one word Indiana and then had the I and the N capitalized. That would be cool too.
Yeah,
maybe that's what you meant, but no, it's technically two words.
Oh yeah, no, I knew it was the two words. I just I was like, okay, that's clever that they capitalized the
and had their little abbreviation. Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to Indiana, by the way, now that we're talking about Indiana as a state, for winning the college championship for
Oh,
the
well
first time
done.
ever. Yeah.
Oh my
Indiana-versary.
God.
Hoosiers.
How exciting. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
nice
Leslie would be so
connection here.
excited.
She would be. Yeah, because she got that honorary, she has that honorary speech later on
Oh my God.
at that school. So I thought worth mentioning.
Absolutely it is. Oh my God. So great. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Love that. Do you know what Arizona's motto is at all?
I actually looked up several cities' mottos.
Oh yeah.
I looked up crazy, like weirdest, but I also looked up Fredericksburg,
Oh, okay.
Boston, Phoenix, and then Peoria, where I grew up. And I knew Peoria's. I just totally forgot that was our slogan. So Phoenix, we're Valley of the Sun.
Okay, cute.
Boston has kind of like adopted a second one since we lived there, to Boston Strong, but the original was Boston Never Gets Old, to kind of commemorate like the Freedom Walk and everything, all the history that's happened there. Fredericksburg is where it all comes together. And Peoria is Will It Play in Peoria? And there's actually a little bit of a cool story around that. Peoria, Illinois, was back in the day, could not tell you the time frame, if they wanted to put something, like try to start putting something on Broadway, or they wanted to have a play go to Chicago, or like they wanted to know if a show would make it, they would start in Peoria, because I guess the critics were pretty brutal, or like that was a pretty good consensus of if it was going to be popular or not. But that's always like a story, if you live there.
That's cool. Yeah, and it's close to Chicago where all the theater is, so that would make sense.
Yeah. So
okay, cool. I know Virginia's is Virginia for Lovers, which I know a lot of people know that already. But I think every time we go on a road trip and we see that sign, we're always like, what does that mean again? Why is it there? And I always look it up, and I was reminded that it's because we have everything. And it's like, we love beaches, we love mountains, we love, recreation, we love state parks, national, like we have everything here, I feel.
Yeah.
So that's like where that came from, apparently. I think it was obviously, I mean, they all are, but like a heavy tourism slogan to get people to come here, because we really do have kind of everything you could want. Like we have cities, we have country, we have like everything, which many states do, let's be real. But I do feel like, and I every time I meet someone from Virginia, it's like, oh my God, which I know, again, a lot of people do that. But there's something special when I meet another Virginian that I'm like, oh my God, we really are for lovers, because we just like love each other, and we love that we're from Virginia together.
Yeah. Aw.
So that's kind of funny. Well,
That's
cool.
good.
That's good to know about all that information. I did not know about Fredericksburg. So
Yeah. I have a couple of the other town ones that are super weird. I just picked a couple. There's Fruta, Colorado is home of Mike the Headless Chicken.
oh my gosh. Okay.
Yeah. So before Little Sebastian passed, they could have been home of Little Sebastian.
Yeah.
Youngstown, Ohio is Murder Town, USA.
Oh God.
Yay.
Terrible.
Yeah. Forestville, California is Poison Oak, capital of the world. Yeah.
Okay.
This one makes me laugh. It's Gettysburg, South Dakota, where the battle wasn't.
That one is good.
Yeah.
Not that Gettysburg.
Not that, yeah. You're in the wrong one if you came for history. Yeah. So those are the ones I thought were worth mentioning here.
Oh my God, that is so funny. I love that.
Yeah.
Yay! Okay, cool. You learn something new every day.
You do.
So Andy is mad because he's been driving all over Indiana looking for bands to play the Unity concert, and he says he's got nothing to show for it except 4 car accidents. Ooh, I have insurance.
I have never clocked that line.
Really?
In the
So
entirety
funny.
of the show. Yeah. I was literally sitting there like, what? How have I missed this for years? So funny.
God.
And he just
It is
throws
funny.
away their information.
Yeah. He's like, whatever. They're just
Oh,
bragging.
Andy. Yeah. They're just bragging.
And Andy asks Craig if there's anywhere in Eagleton to check out bands. One of the places that he talks about is Cozy's, which, to be honest, I know we've seen Cozy's before, but I did not recognize the name because we just haven't talked about it in so long.
Yeah.
And Craig says it's mostly middle-aged women, and I'm allergic to turkey neck. And Andy thinks he means a real turkey neck. But also, Craig, that's rude. You're going to have a turkey neck too someday, sir.
Yes.
As much as you think that you won't, you will.
So rude. But so on brand for Craig.
So on brand.
Yeah.
Yes, that's very true.
I love that Andy just says, we should share a turkey sometime.
Yeah, exactly. It's so sincerely.
Yeah. Oh, gosh. So funny.
I'm sure you saw this too, but Craig's nameplate changes in this episode. First, it's Craig Middlebrooks on his desk, and then when Tom is giving Donna and April their presents, his nameplate says Craig Tolbert. And I think Middlebrooks is what we eventually end up with. That's what's on IMDb. So I don't know why they changed that or how. I don't know. The set design must have, or whoever's in charge of continuity must have forgotten that. But that's
so
okay. I mean,
interesting.
it's not mega noticeable. It's just like for the freaks like us that are just like pinpointing every detail.
Yeah. That's so interesting.
It is. Yeah. Because I don't think I think we end up with Middlebrooks. I really do think that.
Yeah. I also think that because that's the only name I recognize for him.
Yeah. Yeah. So speaking of Craig's desk, I really like that his favorite color must be green because everything on his desk is green and colorful, and I really appreciated that because usually the park's desks are very drab and it's just like a computer and brown beige color, so I like that he brought his green stuff in there.
I agree. I did say that I wasn't sure that green was not the color I would have picked for him. At least not that shade of green. It's a pretty bright green.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
So, but yes, I did like that he made it personal and put it on there.
Yeah. It helps. I have a pink keyboard now, and it's so, like, that sounds so weird, but it really helps your mindset, I feel, to have, like, colorful things on your desk.
Oh, yeah. I love having it kind of just like everything is white or blue. Like, even like I have these little stress balls that I have at work, and they're blue. My laptop pad is blue. Yeah, it's just nice you walk in and it feels like a vibe, you know?
Yes, absolutely. So true. Okay, so then we get Grant Larson meeting Leslie at JJ's, which is so precious. And of course, she has a huge binder of questions about the job that he offered her last episode. And it's so sweet that Grant actually goes through all of them and says, like, I think I got them all. And it's also so sweet that... Oh, Lord, she has another binder, and he already guessed what it's called. More questions about the job.
Yeah. I think this is a huge testament to how much he wants Leslie, because if I'm thinking about hiring someone, like it's a whole process, like, and you have a whole ass job to do on the side of this process of hiring someone. And like, questions are good. It's always good to ask questions. But like, if there's a binder of like 48 of them and it's like, I have to sit down and answer those, it's like, I'm so sorry. I'm sure you're going to be a great employee, but I don't got time for this. So I think it's a huge testament to how much he wants Leslie.
I think Leslie also would thrive in the job market of 2025, 2026, because now they're asking you when you apply to jobs to literally do a project, which, by the way, is fucked up. And I do not say that you should be doing that. I just think Leslie already does that, so she would thrive in that. I've had many people go, this job market's fucking insane. They'll be like, yeah, do this project that's going to take like a couple of hours, maybe like a week or something. We want to see if you can actually do the job before we give you the job. And I'm like, but you're not paying me. And I'm doing the work. What the fuck? And it's not most of the time. I mean, sometimes it's like a real job or real project, and sometimes it's just like this made up project. But I'm just like, that is the most messed up thing I've ever heard in my entire life. Yeah. But at the same time, that's also, I mean, but oh God, don't get me started. That's what auditions are. So I don't know what to tell you. It's all bad.
It's all bad. Nothing's perfect. Nothing's great.
But anyway, yes, it definitely seems like Leslie would already have been doing that.
Yeah.
I wanted to point out that this is a new waitress. I don't know if they wanted to replace her or something, but she calls this waitress Marta. And I was like, what? No, there was a Martha. Like back when Jen Barkley bought the espresso machine or
Yeah.
cappuccino machine or whatever the fuck for JJ's. And we actually talked to Martha for it's the episode. I went back through my emails and IMDb, and it's Campaign Shakeup back in season 4. Her name is Anna Ray Octay. She's amazing. If you guys watch Loot right now on Apple TV Plus with Maya Rudolph, you've seen her in that as well, because she has a recurring role in that.
Nice.
But I was like, what? Where is Anna Ray? Why don't you bring her back? No offense to this lovely lady in this episode. I'm so sorry. But I was just like, what? Why? And why? But so maybe they called her Marta and not Martha on purpose. Maybe that's her daughter in the Parks and Rec canon or something. I don't know.
But I also love that they just picked a name that is just as close as you can get.
Right. But anyhow, I thought that was weird because they didn't bring back people, or they usually bring back people, but it's okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not okay. But.
Interesting.
I really love this joke too when she says that this job is basically like Springsteen pulling up Courtney Cox, and she says 1 minute you're just a regular girl in the crowd, and the next minute you're dancing 10 feet away from freaking, and then there's a pause because you think she's going to say Springsteen, but she says Max Weinberg, which by the way is the drummer, so still amazing for those of you who didn't know. But I love that joke. I think it's really smart.
It is a very smart joke. It also, I think, is very Leslie, because I don't think she'd be her favorite would necessarily be the headliner, the guy, the head of the band, you know?
Interesting. The lead singer. Yeah. Also, side note, Max Weinberg was the band leader for Conan. So obviously that's not like, in the Parks and Rec lore, but they could have also mentioned him for that too. I don't know.
That's true. That's true.
Because he's famous. I mean, in his own right. Okay, so yes, just a reminder that she could be running a branch of the National Park Service. And last episode, we talked about how I really loved that the door wasn't completely closed when she says, like, I can think of a million reasons not to take it. Because I think with Leslie, there was the option to just say no and close the door and just go from there. So I really like that we're following up on that this could still be a real possibility and letting the audience know that it still could happen. I think that was really important for me. Yeah,
I agree. And I love how they did it through this episode. Is like she internalizes her reasons why, and slowly as we make it through the episode, she shares little pieces. I really related to that because oftentimes if I'm struggling with the decision, I'm not like word vomiting everything at one time. I have to attack one thing at a time. And so it's like really nice that she, she's like, oh no, yeah, I like my, I'm going ahead a little bit when she's talking to Ben. She's like, yeah, no, it's totally fine. She's thinking through it. And then she shares a little bit more. Yeah. And then when that has a check next to it, she shares more. So I really loved that, like, very realistic process around it for her too.
Yeah, totally. Because it's a big deal. I mean, this is a dream job. I mean, she has many dream jobs, which I love that we're learning, because like she thought city council was her dream job, and now this is presented. She's like, oh my God, that could be a dream too, which just all circles back to that like one episode where we were like, sometimes you just got to dream different. It's not always dream bigger, but it's dream different. And sometimes it is dream bigger, and you're so stuck in the box that you're like, I can't go further than that. Or like, you just get really stuck in what you think could happen, which is really scary. So I totally get that.
Yeah.
So then we learn that, or we have this moment where Leslie learns that a lot of this job is the admin, like logistical planning, delegating, overseeing, not the actual manual labor that she's used to, and not paperwork. Yeah, I hate paperwork. I hardly ever do it on my bed on a Saturday night while listening to old Spice Girls CDs.
So funny. I love that.
That is so funny. So now Tom is meeting with Donna and April to discuss properties for the restaurant, for Tom's Bistro. Yep. I love that we're bringing back Donna's realty business, Regal Meagle. So good. Yes.
And I love that, like, April's hopped into this. I don't know how, but I'm here for it. Like, maybe Tom just wanted a blatant, or somebody who's going to be honest.
Yeah. And I mean, in a way, she kind of was involved in the selling of, it doesn't actually get sold to these people, but when Donna does the Ron's Cabin thing, like April was very good at figuring out like who and what kind of sellers and buyers we're looking into. So I don't know if that was a piece of it, but I also think it's just because April and Tom and Donna have all become work proximity associates.
So,
so yeah. And I love that Tom got them presents for helping out. Donna gets super cute boot heels, and April gets a Larry voodoo doll, and it's already working because Larry falls over or like bumps his head or whatever the hell. Oh, Larry.
Oh, yeah. Just like, I didn't even do anything.
I know.
You can read my mind.
Okay, do you have anything before we discuss the new town slogan poll?
No.
Okay, so we're discussing this new poll, talking about how slogans help with tourism and basically the brand of a town, which we kind of already touched on. The slogans that we're choosing from are "You Pawnee to visit us," "Storied past, bright future," "The city that beats." Is that really what does that mean?
No idea. It's spelled BEATS.
Yeah. It feels real here.
Interesting.
Pawnee is the place to be, and then a submit your own slogan. Also, like, I mean, I guess I understand the submit your own slogan, but then when it says to vote as many times as you want, I was like, no, take that down right now. Like, this is in the fine print. You need to only get one vote. You cannot be voting multiple times. I do understand for certain polls, like not political, but like, I don't know, online polls, you can vote as many times as you want. Like, I think American Idol and shit like that used to do that. But no, you can't do that. You know Pawnee, Leslie, or whatever this new Pawnee-Eagleton merger vibe is. No.
Bad idea. I also feel like she said, you always have a write-in option. Okay, but this is a government thing where it's like you could have the write-in options go to a person in the government who flags out the ones that are not serious.
Yeah, or like derogatory.
Yeah.
Oh, God. But I do respect her decision to have a write-in, option with the democracy and how that works. I think my favorite, Pawnee's the place to be. I think that's my favorite. I don't know.
I like
Story
that one.
Past Bright Future. I understand what she's trying to do. Like, point us towards, like, we had a really tough past, but we're trying to, get over it. Or not get over it, but, like, make reparations and all that kind of stuff. But I don't know. I just like Pawnee's the place to be. It's simple. It's cute. I don't know.
Yeah, I like that one too, but I think my favorite is the one they end up going with.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Out of these options, If that other one, when you're here, then you're home, is they don't even need to have, I'm jumping ahead. They don't even need to have the then. You can just say when you're here, you're home.
When you're home. Yeah, just to put a comma. Listen, right. Holly, they had enough problems with the grammar around that 100%. Whole thing. Don't try to have them take an article out.
Oh my God. Yeah. But I would have been fine with Storied Past, Bright Future if that was what we decided to go with.
Yeah. It's not Welcome to Douche Nation.
Oh my God. Exactly. Also, I looked up Glenwater, Florida, and one of the first things that pops up is this slogan. It's real. The town where almost half the crime happens is in the Walmart parking lot.
It's Florida. It doesn't surprise me.
It's so Florida. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Florida residents.
Yeah, well, okay, this is a side tangent a little bit, but it links back, is we watch live PD and like cops and stuff, and 75% of the time they're in Florida or they're in Ohio, which we just saw the Murder Town, USA. Mm-hmm. So
yeah, tough stuff.
Yeah.
Hope everyone's safe.
It's tough. Yeah. We wish you all the best.
Yeah. I read the article that I found. I'll have to post it in the show notes if you're interested, but it says, it might appear that Port Richey, am I pronouncing that right, Florida people? Richey, Florida is in the midst of a crime wave. Between 2012 to 2013, citywide crime increased 58%. However, almost half of all the city's unlawful activity is occurring at the local Walmart. 46% to be exact, between February 2014 and February 2015, according to the Port Richey Police Chief Robert Lovering, which I thought the timing was really funny too, because it's very topical, because our original air date was in 2014. So this was happening in the moment. I bet it was on the news too, of course.
That's insane. That's quite an uptick.
Yes.
Wow. Yikes. Double yikes. Yeah.
So Ben says the great thing about the website is that it can do the work for us, so we can just sit back and take it easy. But of course,
we're going to sit forward
and
take it hard.
Because she wants to go the opposite way, like we were talking about.
Yeah.
She feels like she might never be able to do, the logistical, not logistical. She might not be able to do the manual labor like she usually does. So she wants to get into the nitty gritty and really get her hands dirty. And so she's like, no, we're not going to sit back. And poor Ben is just like, oh, okay, what do you mean? Why?
Yeah. Why?
Which starts a terrible chain of events because she wants to do a press tour to campaign for the town slogan. And I gotta be honest, like, of course, Leslie, I understand, and this is hilarious, of course, but the whole slogan debacle would have never happened if it wasn't for you going on this press tour talking to Douche Nation on your press junket.
Yeah. If you would have just left it, one of these very viable options would have survived.
Or if it was written in, it's like nobody would have paid that much attention to it. You know what I mean? We just drew so much attention to it.
But this is the Leslie way. There's a lot of times on this show, we should have tallied as we were watching, where she makes things worse because she wants to go talk to somebody on a radio show or a talk show about it.
Or a town forum. Or public forum, rather.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So we're visiting restaurants, and Tom really likes this old sushi place, but it's $9,000 a month, which is way over budget. And April also points out that it's really far from work. And Tom is like, well, hopefully it will become a full-time job and I won't even be at City Hall anyway. And you can see that April takes that really hard, and she is starting to realize that Tom's not going to be there eventually. Yeah. And I think that really bums her out.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that they've all become very close, and as they've grown, like the show's done such a great job with character development with April and Tom. Yeah. So, seeing them, they're going to miss each other. I think that's really sweet.
I know, me too. And I was like, well, wait, why wasn't she like this with Rent-A-Swag? Because she knew that Rent-A-Swag, like, he was wanting that to be his full-time job, and she didn't get as sentimental. But I also feel like, and I don't know if they did this on purpose, I feel like this time it's different because now we've proven that he can be successful and that City Hall is not his end goal. Like, Rent-A-Swag was really successful. He's been doing a lot of other entrepreneurial work within the Parks Department, whereas maybe we weren't really sure because before Rent-A-Swag was Entertainment 720. So it's like, are you really going to be back from City Hall? Like, he'll be back. Yeah. It's fine. But now it's like, oh, this is real. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think you're completely right. Like, April saw, okay, it's an actual thing where he will be completely out at some point. I think they've also just grown closer too.
Yeah.
So
that's true. Yeah. And if Tom's not there, yeah, that's like, who else is left? And then it's Donna, which will be nice, but it's still a bummer when you have a coworker that you've become like fond of and then they leave.
Yeah. So true.
So now Leslie is interviewing with Purd. I love his honesty that at the end he's like, my interest level is medium.
Oh, Purd.
Like, I don't care about this all the way.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I'm here to be here.
I love that Joan is here and she thinks that she's the one being interviewed. Juan Calamozo is how she wants to rebrand herself. Yeah. It means flower. I think it means John.
It means John.
Leslie's delivery there is so funny. It's just like, I think it's just like so matter of fact. It's really good.
Yeah.
And then this is where we get to the boiling point where Ira or beginning of the boiling point, I guess I should say, Crazy Ira and the douche are here. They aren't even on the radio and they keep their radio personalities / sound effects. And I thought that was a really funny detail too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. What a show.
And they do have a very professional and insightful question about bringing the town together. And Leslie's in shock, as is the audience. And then immediately we lose it. And that gets lost with show us your boobs. Oh, dear.
I feel like we got a little snippet of that when Anne was thinking about using the douche for surrogacy. Mm-hmm. Like, where he would be able to be really, like, smart and talk about something, and then he'd completely ruin it. There's such whiplash.
Yeah. Totally. Well, so now we're at Cozy's, which is exciting. We get to see Andy discover Mr. Duke Silver. Yes. And yay, getting to see Duke Silver again. So fun. I love this. The MC's back. Everyone's back. I do have a deleted scene that I wanted to share because I don't understand what this is. It's like he calls Duke Silver a different name, and I don't really understand it, but I wanted to share it.
We have a new performer on stage with us tonight, so put your hands together for Mr. Demetrius Midnight.
Thank you, fine people of Danville, Illinois. My name is Demetrius Midnight. That name was given to me by Zeus himself after we did battle on Mount Olympus. I blew him away with my horn, and his voice boomed across the heavens, "You shall henceforth be known as Demetrius, god of jazz." Now why don't you let me show you all what I showed him.
Anyway, that's it. But I was like, this is so weird. What is this?
Was he in a different club?
I don't know. I mean, it was the same MC. It was the same stage. I don't know.
Because he says he's in Illinois.
Yeah, Danville, Illinois. Yeah. So I was like, maybe this is just like, I don't know. I feel like there was a deleted scene that might have been not on the DVDs or something. There was something that I don't know. But anyway, I loved his Zeus story. So that's one of the reasons why I shared it too. But Demetrius Midnight is also great.
Yeah. Wow.
So maybe he has different like aliases wherever he plays. I don't know.
Could be, but he has merch and stuff. So you'd think he'd want to sell the merch.
Yeah. I don't know. So that's that.
Yeah,
Someone help me understand that. But anyhow, this place is packed, and oh my gosh, this older lady is so funny and precious. He is sex on a stick. Oh my gosh, she is fantastic. Her character name is Tone Strunkfuster, which I believe was one of the maybe favorite names that Mike Schur talked about. But anyway, she is played by the actress Bonnie Bailey Reed. She's been in How I Met Your Mother, Fargo, the 2014 version, Glee, NCIS. There's so many. There's a picture on IMDb of her being Mrs. Claus for, I believe, a Best Buy commercial, which is so exciting. And she is such a great Mrs. Claus. I will share that picture on our stories. It's so nice.
Great.
But Bonnie actually messaged me back, and we got some really great voice memos from her, and she was so lovely and cute. And I really want to thank her for also figuring out how to do the MP3, because I know a lot of actors sometimes have trouble / don't really know how to do it. And so I'm glad that she worked on that, and I'm just very, very grateful. So let's listen to the first one of how she booked her job on Parks and Rec.
I got the audition through my talent agent, who just happened to live in London, England. That's a whole nother story I won't go into, but I was thrilled to get the audition for Parks and Rec, and it was held at Dorian Frankel Casting, and she was the casting director for Parks and Rec, and the wait was not long that day. Saw some friends there also auditioning, but didn't freak out and think they're going to get it, and I'm not. But anyway, I went in to do the one line, which can sometimes be harder than having pages and pages of paragraphs. But I did it, and the assistant running the camera laughed. So I felt good about that and left. And then I think it might have been, pretty quickly, later that afternoon or the next morning, I found out I booked the job with no callback. So I was thrilled.
Yay, that is so exciting. Oh my God. And I wonder,
That's awesome.
I don't know. I told her, we'll hear about it in the second one, I think. I haven't listened to the whole thing, but I told her that like the way she delivered her line was just so funny and so good. And also her voice is so good too. Like it fits Duke Silver's fan base so well. And I don't know if this is like, I need to ask Bonnie, where she's from, like if it sounds like a Southern moment happening, but I'm not really sure. And that also adds to it as well. Yeah. So I love it. Oh my God. Okay, let's listen to the second one.
How was my day on the set? It was fabulous. It was truly one of the best experiences on a set in my career, and that's saying something since I've been doing this for 50 years, 50. And it was wonderful. We shot on location right in the heart of Hollywood at an old lounge bar, cool looking place on Vine Street near Hollywood Boulevard. And when I got there, they'd already been shooting during that day. With a lot of the background actresses were already in the bar watching, and they'd been shooting, the band playing and Ron Swanson's performance, and so there was a break because it was time for them to put me where I was supposed to sit at a table with some ladies, and met the director. He was so nice. His name was Dean Holland, and he just told me to where I would be sitting when Chris Pratt then came in and sat kind of crisscross from me, and I think we did one quick rehearsal to run through it, and with his lines and mine, and then we shot it, and I think it only took a couple of takes, and then he shot some more group crowd scenes of all of us ladies crazy and whooping up over the band and him, and how wonderful and sexy Ron was, and it was just great. So then the best part of the day, though, was after we wrapped, and because we were on location, they had to bring us from where we, the home base, where we left our cars and, went to wardrobe and hair and all that. We had to take a van, and I was leaving the bar and walking with some people out to the van, and Nick Offerman came up to me on purpose. I mean, he had to kind of run to catch up with me, and he said, Bonnie, I just wanted to thank you for working with us today. It was just so wonderful. You did a great job. And he even put his arm around my shoulder for a second, and he was so sincere and so sweet. And that hardly ever happens, you guys, on a set like this. That's a long-running series. They're all like family to each other. The person coming in, especially with one line, really is just kind of a stranger for that day. But, I hadn't met Nick during the day at all. I didn't have lines with him or anything. And they had him up there working on his with the band and everything. So, of course, I got to meet Chris Pratt. He was a darling person as well, very easy to work with, a very warm person and easy to act with. And, but to have Nick run up like that to make a point when we hadn't even met, it bowled me over. It really still does to this day. I just think he is one of the finest human beings on earth. Like I say, that doesn't happen very often on a set like that. And I had a really bad experience just a couple of weeks prior to that on another huge popular series at the time, and was not treated well at all. Very much like a second-class citizen. So for this to happen, it really, really meant the world to me. And I'll never forget it.
Oh my God, Bonnie. That is so beautiful.
So sweet.
That warms my heart so much. We've heard so many things like that from Nick Offerman, or about Nick Offerman. Josh Breeding, who I talked about, had the mustache, the vegan restaurant store owner, said the same thing, that he was super nice and talkative and was helping him, guide him along on what to do in the scene and all these things. Oh my gosh, that's so nice. And yeah, she's right. That's not a thing. In a lot of, sets, there are people that, don't make eye contact with this person. We really don't like when this person's touched, all that kind of shit. And so I'm so glad that was not the case on Parks, or at least not from your scene person. So, oh my God, that's so nice.
I know. Well, I feel like they're people.
Yeah.
Just like we're people. Mm-hmm. And it's really nice when they treat you like people, like you're a person with them,
you're
right?
Human.
Rather than I'm up here and you're not here. Yeah. So
yeah, absolutely.
That's really nice.
The hierarchy. Yeah, I mean, this all goes back to Mike Schur's, I think, mantra of no assholes on his sets. I mean, that's it. Oh, that's so nice. Okay, let's listen to, I asked about her delivery of the line. Like I said, I just was so impressed with her. So let's listen to what she had to say about that.
how did I come up with the delivery of my one line? It was easy because it was written just the way I talk. It was like something I would have said 100 times in my life. As you can tell, I'm originally from Texas, Dallas, Texas, and the accent just stays with me. And it just was written like, oh, honey, he has sex on a stick. I mean, that just, it was easy. And then it was really a compliment that the director didn't change it. He didn't tell me to do anything different with it. And so that felt great too. It was fun. But thank you for liking it. I appreciate it.
Oh my God, I'm obsessed with her.
I know, she's awesome.
Okay, thank you for letting us know that you're from Texas. I knew it.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe not Texas. I didn't know that, but I knew it was Southern.
I knew the South, yeah.
That twang adds so much character and so sexy. I love it so much. Okay.
It really does. Yeah, that's awesome.
So I asked if she had anything else to promote / anything else she'd like to talk about, and let's listen to that one.
I can't really think of anything else to tell you about the day or experience. So that's it. And thank you again for asking me to do this. I really feel privileged, and it's been so great to be associated with such a legendary, popular series like Parks and Rec. Thank you, Holly.
Yay, that is so nice. I did forget, though, she actually did email me. She didn't put this in her voice memos. She said, I don't have anything coming up this year, but I did film a fun episode of NCIS last year. It's season 22, episode 17, Killer Instinct. I play Flo, a regular customer at a restaurant where the bad guy is cornered and arrested by the SWAT team. It's the opening scene of the episode, and that's it for my character. So if you'd like to watch it, you don't have to watch the rest of the episode. I love that. Was really funny.
She's like, it's not that big of a time commitment.
Oh, yeah, exactly. I always tell that to the guests when I send them the link of the episode that they were on. I'm always like telling them exactly when it starts. So I'm like, if you don't want to listen to the whole thing, that's totally fine. Just here's your part.
Yeah.
But yay. Oh my God. I'm obsessed with you, Bonnie. Thank you so much. She was also really nice and complimentary because my email signature has all of my acting music stuff or whatever. And she was very nice and sweet about that. So I just, my gosh, she warms my heart.
So sweet.
Yay. Well, thank you so much, Bonnie. I appreciate that. That added so much extra fandom to our show. So thank you so much. All right, so we've got our MC back as well. My man, that guy. His name is Dwayne R. Shepard Sr. I remember reaching out to him a while back, but I never heard anything, which is kind of a bummer, but that's okay. We still love him. And I talked about this last time, but he was in Modern Family, the pilot episode, actually. He's sitting next to Mitch on the plane when they bring Lily back. And but he was also in Scandal, Insecure, so many things.
Nice.
I'm also wondering, how did this stay secret for so long? I feel like, he did a really good job. Obviously, we had to put some trust in April and Tom because they know, but, that's so crazy.
Yeah.
That Leslie doesn't know. You know what I mean?
No, I know. Yeah. But I think...
Wild.
Yeah. I think it's important that Leslie doesn't know.
Yeah, I kind of agree. She would go off the rails with it.
Yeah, I think it was I think they did a great job strategically choosing who was going to know. And I think there's something later, right, where we see Andy and April interact that, not in this episode, but that she knew and he didn't. And
oh, yeah. I think it is. I think it's actually maybe at the Unity concert or something. I don't remember, but yeah.
Could be. But he's so happy that she kept it,
Absolutely.
I think there's that beautiful piece of it too, that he's not pissed at her for keeping Ron's secret, She's like, he's like, it's so cool. I found out on my own, and he got that special. So, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and I had also written that City Hall people would never go to Eagleton. So it kind of makes sense, I guess, if that's where he's playing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
So true.
So Ben says the poll was a huge success, but what's leading is Welcome to Douche Nation. And that's the pickle we're in right now. And this is also where Leslie gets on a sex fantasy of being a dictator with Leslie and Ben leading her army, which I do not condone dictators, of course, with what's going on currently in our administration. Fuck that. But I do condone the cute Ben and Leslie moment, because I could absolutely see this fantasy like a Game of Thrones moment where it's like a Khaleesi vibe. You know what I'm saying?
It is.
Which Ben calls her in a deleted scene. Friendly reminder. Just saying.
That's right.
So now Leslie is going to stir the pot and make matters a tiny bit worse, probably, by going on Douche Nation to try to get them to stop this slogan nonsense and try to connect with them. She's wearing a backwards hat, basically wearing the same thing as the douche to try to be on their level. They're so gross. Are we in for another nag sesh?
This was not the vibe. This was not the play.
No. Chilling in the stoods with my dudes.
Yikes.
And then the next segment, rating celebrities' boobs. I just can't with this. Especially the butt and the boobs thing. And I love that Leslie's line is like, I can't imagine how this is good for your listeners because they can't see the picture.
Exactly.
Which is all the more douchey and funny because that's what audience, like, believe it or not, I know people would listen to this and be a fan of that.
Yeah, it's a bummer. I struggle.
Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say, I struggle with this with Leslie, that like she stoops to the level of, she did things like this when she was in city council. She was trying to get stuff passed, right? Like stuff that was good for the community or whatnot. Like for me, I'm like, this is a slogan and you're going down to the level of rating like Emma Watson's boobs right now. Like, you're better than this. Like, and you're a female role model. What are we doing?
I know. And she tries to cover with that by saying, well, first, her acting, I would rate as an A.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, she's just so like bogged down in this minutia because she knows that she won't be able to do this most likely in her next job.
Yeah.
And she's just so stuck in that idea of like, this is what I have to be like busy. Like her anxiety, ADHD is kicking in, I feel, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, I hear you. I really do. I do want to quick shout out mention the producer dude that does all of these sound effects and stuff that they call Jewish Greg is Greg Levine, which is a writer, story editor, producer, and perhaps you might know him from the other Parks and Rec podcast, which I don't know. I feel like they took a break. But anyway, he was on, Greg Levine hosts that with Jerry, Larry, Terry, Jim O'Hare. So that was really cool to see him on there because he's written a handful of episodes at this point. Like I said, he was a story editor, producer, but to have, I've seen him now, but obviously everybody looks different from 10 years ago. So I was like, oh my God, when I, looked it up on IMDb. Also like hilarious and terrible that each of these producers always have like an ethnicity. Like they called, and by ethnicity, like they pointed out in like a objectifying way. Yeah. We've got Jewish Greg, and then we had, what is it, China Joe. And I mean, it's smart on the writer's point because it definitely makes them, the douche nation, look stupid and ridiculous and rednecky. But yeah, it's just great job to Greg Levine. I love his like non-facial expressions. Yeah. It's just staring blankly.
So good.
Pressing buttons, which China Joe did too.
Right. Exactly. It's the whole vibe.
Okay, so side note, during the press junket, the posters have the city's website as PawneeIndiana.com, but then when Leslie is on Crazy Ira and the Douche's radio show, the Douche tells listeners to go to PawneeCity.gov to vote. So I think there's a bit of confusion on that front, but that's okay. Yep. It's fine.
It's totally fine.
This is where Andy approaches Ron about Duke Silver, and oh my gosh, we see the door shut, Leslie's gift of this little remote controlled door shutting, and I feel like we haven't seen that in a while. Now you know it's serious.
No, yeah. It's very serious, and I love that he has the power to just do it.
Yeah. But Ron, you should have let Andy talk first and get out all of his bad ideas, because Andy thinks he has a twin brother, and that's really cute of Andy or dumb of Andy, but also like cute dumb.
It's predictable, is to me, why Ron shouldn't have spoken.
Correct.
Like, there's a big chance Andy doesn't actually know that you're Duke Silver.
Right. 100%.
So, oh gosh.
But Andy figures it out because they both say the truths at the same time, or Ron says his truth at the same time. And Andy thinks he's really, this part is really sweet where Andy thinks he's really good and he's like really complimentary to Ron and is like, yeah, but you should play the Unity concert because you're like such a good musician and this is so nice. And Ron's just not ready yet though.
Yeah, not yet.
As we wrap up, they remind people to write in the new slogan as we wrap up the radio show. And Leslie says they should vote for another slogan. And then she tries to play it off by saying, I don't give a fart, bros.
Yeah.
Also, I love that. I love this little dynamic between Ben and Leslie here when Leslie is like, I almost pulled that off. And Ben's like, no, you didn't. No. The audience agrees with Ben too, because we're just like, nope, that wasn't going anywhere ever. That was not worth it. Stooping to their level never works, like you just said. Yeah. Unless maybe you're an undercover cop or something. But that is not the vibe here. That was never going to solve anything.
No, yeah. And I really I appreciate Ben being like just immediately saying no. It didn't do what you wanted it to do. Because that's important for her to know.
Right.
Yeah. I also, the Lesbo Baggins.
Oh my God. So funny, so awful.
Yeah, so funny, so awful. But a great nerd call out to the Lord of the Rings.
Totally. So now we get to Ron throwing away his saxophone, which is really sad. I hate witnessing this.
Me too.
He wants to end his music career, but Andy's like, no, you can't quit.
I also feel like this is super dramatic for Ron.
I know.
Like, impulse thought and immediate movement. Like, I don't know. Yeah. As a musician, my mom threw away my violin when I was like 9, threw away, set it next to the dumpster. Not the dumpster, our trash can.
Yeah.
Because I was consistently refusing to practice. And I was like, it's fine. I'll be fine by the next lesson because I wanted to be out playing with my friends. Right. And my mom was like, well, if you're not going to play it, like, and you're not going to take this seriously, then we just don't need to play it anymore. And I'm going to take it back. And I was devastated. Wow. So like for Ron to put this in the trash, like devastation. Like, I felt devastated for him. And for me, that's why I was like, you're being so dramatic right now. Because that's such a big decision. Like, because I think even those of us who like are like, I don't really play anymore. Our instrument is still in our house. We still play it when we can. You don't just get rid of it. So I had a very emotional response to this.
Totally. Well, yeah. And you think about it, he's been a part of this this is a part of him for so long. I wonder if he thinks like now that Andy knows it's over. You know what I mean? Like people are going to find out, so I got to hide it. But no, you're right. And to build on the drama, I love his little hand movement. May you rest in jazz.
The delivery of that line is just perfection.
I know. It's so good. It's so, so good. And, there's like this funny little continuity error. It doesn't really matter, but his sax case is in 2 different places. Like first it's in the middle when he throws it away. And then when we get to Ron talking to Andy, it's like leaning back on the dumpster, like in the back of it, not in the middle. So I thought that was funny to watch.
Interesting. Yeah.
I always think that's interesting to watch. But yeah, I also love that Andy doesn't think that the saxophone is in there. It's just the case. Oh, Andy.
Oh, Andy. As a musician, he should know better.
Right. Oh my
That's all
God,
I have to say. Yeah.
All right. So then we see Morris again. Love that they bring him back. Friendly reminder, Joe Mandy is also a writer and producer on the show. Leslie wants to communicate to the voters, so she asks Morris to help her do that. And he's like, yeah, that's easy. Just PayPal me some Bitcoins. I love that because that's 2014. Yeah. Like, think of where we are now. It is
so 2014.
Oh, God.
And I love that she's like, what? Because there was a very niche group of people who were super into it. And the rest of us were like, what? Why? What's happening?
Can you even PayPal Bitcoins?
I don't.
Do you have to have an app for Bitcoins? I don't
think- yeah.
understand. I never got into that.
I still don't either. Yeah. Been 12 years.
So now Donna is showing Tom another place that's way under budget, and there's a reason, because it sucks. And April tries to talk Tom out of this because she doesn't want to lose him from City Hall. And then we get to Jurassic Fork. Oh my God. Flashback alert.
I
That was so
know.
funny.
I can't believe that it's gone.
I mean, that was I think that was season 1? I mean, that was where Tom was
Season
still
1, I
married.
think.
Like he was, he had just gotten divorced or whatever.
Mark was there.
Yep. It's
Yep.
crazy.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I
Nuts.
love that they say
no
that.
Ben and no Chris.
Right. No Ben, no Chris. Exactly. Oh my God. Crazy.
Yeah.
I love that they say that dinosaur is load bearing. Like, how did you build this place?
They obviously custom built it to be a Jurassic Fork.
Exactly.
Oh
And
my
then the
gosh.
manager said that they opened another location, but it's not dinosaur themed. It's Spielberg themed. They're doing Schindler's Lunch. Oh my God. Oh God.
Yeah.
You guys are crazy.
They should have done Jaws.
Yeah, that would work.
You probably could have done fine with Jaws. Indiana Jones. Like, come on.
Just not Nazis.
Yeah, let's not do
God.
the most depressing film
Lord.
of all time.
Y'all are crazy. This
Great
character's
music,
name. This character's name is Tim Gemmersting, and he is played by Jeffrey Hutchinson. He's been in War of the Worlds, Changeling, a lot of other really cool things. He does not have any contact info, so I'm not sure if he's still in the acting world, but he was super fun, and I love his line, again, about the dinosaur being load-bearing, because that's a really important line to me.
It is. I
Hilarious.
agree. Yeah, because there's no hope for this place for Tom. I think, that just solidifies it. There's no hope of this being what you want it to be.
Yeah, and Tom's super bummed about it, and he's like, maybe this wasn't
Yeah.
meant to be. Like, I should just give up.
I was a little frustrated because that wasn't the only. Oh yeah, it was him and Ron. Where I'm like, why is everybody just like throwing in the towel like so quickly? And while Leslie's over here taking everybody else's energy to fight for something that she shouldn't be fighting for.
Yeah.
But
funny.
yeah, I was just like, Tom, like this is something that's important to you. Like, what's going on? Like that you would give up so easily.
Yeah, I know. I guess, I guess he's just trusting Donna because if there's really no place to have Tom's Bistro, then no brick and mortar, then what are we even doing here? But yeah, I would have thought that Tom could have maybe, I don't know, he would have come up with an idea to maybe have it be in like another part of town or something or whatever. But yeah, he's sad.
Yeah.
So Ben calls Leslie on what she did, which was write a really nice email to each person voted for the Stick Up Your Butt slogan, which is the new winning slogan. And then hackers got mad about this invasion of privacy, and they defaced Peebo. No, it's awful.
He has penis hat.
Yeah, and there's a bunch of like devil Leslies. Oh no. Leslie, you knew better. You knew better to not reach out to these people, you crazy.
Which now... the thing that could have unified everybody has been defaced.
Yeah. Now it's ruined. And Leslie's done this before. She's reached out to people during the bowling thing. Like, when has this ever worked for you?
Never. It's never worked for her.
But, I mean, I get it. I've been in that position too, where I'm like, let me just try it one more time and maybe it'll work this time.
Yeah. Fair.
IT is fixing the website, so it's down now. And Leslie says, you know what? Everything the website used to do, I will do. Send them to me. I'll handle it personally. And Ben's like, what the F is even happening with you? And she finally tells Ben that, this new job is mostly big picture planning. She won't be as hands-on if she takes this new job, and she's going to miss that very much. So she's trying to squeeze it all in now and, goes into panic mode a little bit.
Yeah.
Which makes sense because I feel like that accomplishment, that sense of like checking something off your list and doing it yourself, like gave her and gives her such purpose. So without that, it really is, this idea of what am I without this hard work? Because that's all she's known for her entire career, I feel.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
it's been a long time.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, she's been in this position a long time, right? It's not like she started in the parks department and then moved up to the next level, and then moved up to the next level, and then moved up to the next level, right? Like, she's been doing this work for a long time. So it's going to be much harder to break the habit of getting to do this.
Yeah, absolutely. And I also feel like there's that portion of the purpose, but then there's the other portion of, like, last episode we talked to Ron about how she enjoys this challenge. Like, it is kind of a passion of hers to be challenged in this, you know, getting your hands dirty way and the nitty gritty and the nuts and bolts of stuff. And then, I mean, I love this scene later on. I'm jumping ahead, but the scene where, like, the last portion of it is like it's fear at the end of the day of, like, what if I'm not even good at the, like, delegating part of it, because that is something that she struggles with. And to have the thing that she struggles with be the main portion of your next job, like, that is scary.
Yeah.
So, but Ben suggests to practice with the slogan thing and let someone else run the public forum and see how it really feels to delegate and see if you can handle it. I think that's a really good idea. That's also
great advice.
Yeah, I think it pays forward to when Leslie says, like, practice what it would be like to run for Ben. This is later in the series, obviously, jumping ahead. But, like, practice what it would be like to run and not run for office and see, like, how that feels. And I think that's good advice if you have that option to you, to, like, see what how your body reacts to this and how your mind reacts to actually putting that into practice. Sometimes it's not always logical because you can't really practice in real time, but this is a really good way here anyway. Like, it's a good example that you can kind of practice before you get into the actual job itself.
Yeah.
And then Larry's the only one in the office, so she has to give this delegation to him, and she's like, oh God, I would have never started this sentence.
which it's good, because Ben brings up a good point. If you can delegate to Larry and handle it, like,
that's exactly right,
then you're fine.
Yep.
You know?
Also, I do feel like Leslie is not thinking big picture here, because I do think that once she starts, she can probably pick a few things that she can do, like, you know, be hands-on with. And she probably can't, like, probably not a lot. It's not going to be to the level that in City Hall, but I bet she could, like, do some stuff, like visit sites and stuff. That's not totally out of the question.
No, yeah, absolutely.
Let's see. Oh, I was just reminded when I was watching this of Jen Barkley's speech to Leslie too, which I know we'll reference a lot, and I've already referenced a lot. But the upside is that she can affect change at a larger level, which kind of goes to my point of, like, her not seeing this as big picture, you know what I mean? Because I feel like she's kind of looking at this of what she can change, like, minusculely, if that's not a word, you know what I mean? Like, smaller, and, like, if she can delegate, if she can look at, like, the upside, the silver linings of, you know, I can affect and do the things that I want to do. Like, that river cleanup might have actually been possible for state funding or federal funding if I was at this level, you know what I mean?
Right.
So I feel like, but it's hard. I mean, this is the first episode that we're really, like, settling into, so I think it's good that they gave her time to think about it. But I like that we keep progressing into, like, oh, I could do this, maybe I can't do that part, but I could do this, you know. I really like the slow burn of it. Yeah,
agreed. Very well done.
So Ben makes a good point that, like you said, if she can let Larry do this, she can survive anything. How in the hell did this happen with his belt? What the hell, man? What?
It happens twice, and it's like, you had to have taken your belt off and put it back on for that to happen.
Also, do you not know that you can just undo your belt? Like, why are you walking around with the chair still on you?
Great question.
So this is where we get to Andy digging the sacks out of the dumpster. He has a very sweet moment, like we talked about, because he chooses Ron's music over the Unity concert, which is so nice. And I really think this is a special moment. So sweet.
Yeah, it's very Andy, you know, because Andy, we all know, like, is a golden retriever a little bit, but he is also a big teddy bear. And so, yeah, I think it's great. And I think it shows, right? Like, everybody is friends and everybody does care about one another. Yeah. I do really want to play Andy reading his secrets, because there's never a moment that I watch this scene and I don't laugh.
It's so good.
And
my God.
I pulled it up so we could listen to it. If you're cool with that, just let me know if you can hear it through.
Secret is safe with me. To even it out, I'm going to tell you all of my secrets.
Oh, no, that's
not necessary. I once forgot to brush my teeth for 5 weeks. I didn't actually sell my last car. I just forgot where I parked it. I don't know who Al Gore is, and at this point, I'm too afraid to ask. When they say 2% milk, I don't know what the other 98% is. When I was a baby, my head was so big scientists did experiments on me. I once threw beer at a swan, and then it attacked my niece, Rebecca.
That'll do, Andrew.
You don't have to play the...
Oh my God. It's so good.
Yeah.
Also,
I
he
love
has a
that-
niece, like Rebecca. Does he have siblings?
Yeah.
Does April's sister have a kid? Like, who's Rebecca?
I feel like it's probably his niece. He has siblings, but they don't live here. They moved. I don't know.
I don't know either. But as a follow-up
But
to
it's
that,
funny.
there were many deleted scenes / alts for this, and I'm going to play
Oh,
them.
this is perfect. Okay, this is perfect.
All of my secrets.
Oh, no, that's not necessary.
I pee once a day for 6 minutes. That's it. I've never been to the dentist. I don't know anyone's last name. I was born with a full head of teeth. My cousin Leroy made me jump off the garage with an umbrella after watching Mary Poppins. And I flew. My head weighs upwards of 85 pounds. I have an imaginary friend. His name is Chris Traeger. I haven't seen him in weeks.
That'll do, Andrew.
I love the Chris Traeger one. I
Chris
wish they
Traeger
didn't
one.
delete that.
I know, that one's so funny. Holy crap. That's
Yes!
awesome. Like, you don't know what happened. You don't know he moved. That's so
I haven't
funny.
seen him in weeks.
And if they had kept it in when Chris comes back later, he could have been like, oh my gosh, everybody else sees him too. Something really,
Right.
they could have done something so funny with that.
Oh my God. And I love all the teeth details. Like, I don't know how the teeth aren't rotting out of his head if he hasn't been to the dentist or brushed his teeth in 5 weeks.
Seriously. Oh my gosh. It's ridiculous.
Ah, that was so good. Oh my God.
Yeah. Oh,
Brilliant.
hand in hand moment. That was good.
Yes. So April is talking to Tom now, and now Tom says he's going to have to call his investors to say it's off and it's not going to work out. And yeah, I think you're right. He, at this point especially, he's like, oh, this is done now. And I was like, what? You just came
Yeah.
up with it. She got him watch cologne, which I thought was weird, but that's funny because Tom loves things. This moment really is, though, profound and beautiful. I mean, I feel like he kind of, goes backwards a little bit when he says he still wants things, but just one thing. But yeah, I mean, it used to be so much to him to have like just minuscule material things,
Yeah.
but he's grown a lot and he's not as, shallow. I feel he just wants to be, he just wants one thing, but then, in true Tom fashion, it's like, now I just want to be rich and buy all the things that I actually do want.
Yeah.
But it's still a piece of growth because I feel like,
It is.
he has come a long way.
Yeah. A very long way. And he's willing to work hard for it.
Mm-hmm.
Restaurant's
And so-
not an easy thing to open.
No. Oh my gosh. Which I don't think he's aware of, to be honest. I don't think he has any idea how hard this is going to be. So I think that's another reason why he's really excited.
Yeah. I don't know if you can ever really know until you're in the midst of it.
Yeah, that's probably true. And Ben did warn him. So he has, he's not fully ignorant of that fact, But then this is where we learn that both Donna and April will miss Tom, so they were both sabotaging his chances. They were doing these things on purpose. Donna showed him bad properties, and April said bad things about the places. And I think this really is special and important on how meaningful your friends' thoughts are and like how much support or ideas can change your mind. Like, I think the fact that April said that those places weren't great, like, really convinced Tom in a way. Like, they were really influencing him to say, like, okay, maybe I will pack it up, because that's kind of what gives me reason to believe that Tom gave up more easily than before, because now he has these friends that are just like a little closer / hold more sway over him.
Yeah. Yeah. He values their opinion for sure.
Mm-hmm. So back at the forum, Larry's running things. Leslie can't even say the 100% in charge line. 100% in charge. Our chanting man is back, which is so exciting. Jeffrey Merkel is this actor's name. He sent in awesome voice memos a long time ago when we, first ran into him. He's been in a lot of episodes, which is so nice. His character name is now Chance Frenham, which is new which I think it had changed like a couple times ago when we saw him. But at the very beginning of the series, his IMDb name was just Chanting Man or something like this, like very vague. So I'm so glad that he got a character name. And he wants the slogan to be home of cracker after his fish, the orangest fish in Indiana. Oh, Lord. This is like the time machine, like what we would put in the time machine, which is, again, what Jeffrey Merkel was in.
Yeah.
Like one of the episodes that he was in. So I was like, oh, God, here we go again. Classic.
Oh, yeah. I remember
Pawnee.
that. Classic Pawnee.
Then we've got the Lurpus dude, Herman Lurpus to be exact, our pawn shop owner / worker fella, played by the actor Richard Birch, who even needs a slogan with him flipping off the picture, I guess, is his idea.
Oh boy.
Also, like, I don't know. When I'm watching this, I'm like, stupid douche nation. Like, get out of here. You want to live in a place with that as your slogan, the stick up your butt? Like, that would be good for you. I understand that, like, it's not maturity or anything like that we're going off of. But I'm just like, that's what you want to hang your hat on. Okay.
They're like 13-year-old boys.
Yeah.
They like think it's funny. And they don't realize the impact it's going to have, but they should.
Right.
You know?
Right. Well, if I was Ben, if I was a city manager and that really did get picked, I would never put on any signs.
No, there's no way. That's why I'm saying you have to have somebody regulating the write-ins.
Yeah. I don't know. That's hard because then that like breaches democracy in a way. I don't know. It's hard.
Yeah.
But then we get an angel who says that what we're all thinking, like, this is going to go on every fucking sign in town. Like, come on, what are we doing? And she's like, I think it should be something real. When you're here, then you're home, which is so good. So nice. This character's name is Erica, and she's played by Samantha Sloyan, who is an actress, producer, and has been in 21 episodes of Grey's Anatomy. Amazing. I think by the time, let's see, Dr. Penelope Blake was her character name for those who love Grey's. She was in it from 2015 to 2019. She started right after Parks. And I think I had stopped watching it by then, but that's awesome. That's really cool.
Yeah.
She's also been in 7 episodes of The Pit on HBO, which Amy Poehler is actually a huge fan of.
We just started that.
Stuff. Yeah, it's really good. I haven't finished it, but I think I'm like 3 or 4 episodes in. I've been on the heated rivalry train.
Okay, I've seen so many posts about that. I have no idea what that is.
Oh my God. It's about these 2 hockey stars that are gay and they're lovers and their love is so pure and it's so good. It's based off of a book. It's only 6 episodes. I will say the first couple episodes are very sexy, a lot of sex scenes. But then it gets into like the romance portion of it, which like you still see. But oh my God, it's so beautiful. Their love is so beautiful. And now, oh my God, now it might come up on your phone now that we're talking, but now that I have finished it and I'm like watching all of the stuff on social media, I swear every post is about heated rivalry.
That's what I'm saying.
Like,
but I was like, what is heated rivalry?
Oh my God, it's so good. And also what's really like what's making that it's so popular on social media in addition to the show, which is so good, is that the 2 main characters are like BFFs and they have really good promo / like social media presence, being friends.
Good chemistry and stuff.
Their chemistry just like bleeds over into real life and everyone's just so obsessed with that. And how beautiful they both are also because they're both very hot. So that's also a thing. Also, it's a Canadian production, which like we talked about, we love you, Canada. Thank you so much for all of your gifts to us.
Yes. We're sorry.
But anyway, yeah, we're sorry. But yeah, so back to Samantha Sloyan. She is also in The Fall of the House of Usher, The Morning Show, Minx, a billion other cool things. So well done to her. And I'm so glad that they wrote this character in because thank God we have a savior. She spelled than wrong though. She spelled the word wrong, which is cute that she even comes with a poster. So that's nice.
Yeah. She tried.
But then another gal comes in to point out this mistake, but she makes it wrong again and spells your wrong. Yeah. Yikes.
It's hard to watch.
Yes, it really is. It really, truly is. So this gal's character name is Brenda, and she's played by Devin Sidell, and she went to Princeton, by the way, so well done on Princeton.
Okay.
She's been in a ton of things. The OC, and I also hope I said her name right. Sidell. Sidell? Okay, I'm so sorry, Devin.
Sidell sounds right.
Okay. She's been on the OC, which I looked it up, and it looks like she was in 2 episodes of season 2, which I definitely was a huge fan of the OC at that point. And I don't remember her exact role, so I got to go back and watch that. Her quote, though, when I Googled which episode she was in, she played a character called Abigail Stevens, and Abigail Stevens says, "I was saying that what's happening in Kashmir just shows us ... And then Summer Roberts, the very cute, I forgot her real name in real life, but
Rachel Bilson.
Yes, Rachel Bilson. Thank you.
Yeah.
She's like, I know pashminas this season were so cute. I don't go anywhere without my cashmere purse. So I think Abigail Stevens, aka Devin's role, was like a well-versed, intelligent, intellectual person, and then Summer Roberts was like, oh my
Wait,
God.
how many episodes was she in?
2.
Yeah, okay. So maybe not who I'm thinking of.
Yeah, because I looked up pictures, and I couldn't find any pictures of her on set or whatever. But I'm probably just missing it. But anyhow, she's also been in Brooklyn Nine-Nine, The Last of Us Part 2, Jimmy Kimmel. She's also done some podcast work, one called Video Palace, which is a podcast series. She's also a writer and producer, and she was nice enough to send us some voice memos. I should have led with that, but I wanted to get her credits and everything first. So let's listen to the first one.
I got my job on Parks and Rec through an audition with Dorian Frankel and Sibby Kirchgessner. I read the sides for the role that I ended up booking, but all the women there in the room, in the audition room, were reading both sets of sides. We were reading the sides for the woman who corrects the grammar incorrectly and the sides for the woman who creates the sign, which was kind of cool. And they were seeing sort of who fit what. It was very funny because I used to tutor students in English and in grammar. So I loved the character who was messing up the grammar, and I love that I ultimately got that part. Some of my former students were laughing and thought it was so funny. My day on set was awesome. The fact that I got to work in the big room with the community meetings, the Pawnee community meeting room, was so cool. Amy Poehler was lovely. She basically did this lovely speech at the beginning and introduced everyone and talked about how glad she was to have people there. And it felt like such a welcoming environment. And it was so fun to watch Amy and Adam and Jim do all kinds of improv and try and ad-libs and stuff like that. Unfortunately, I didn't get to interact with them too much outside of the scenes, except for the amazing intro that Amy gave.
Oh my gosh, that is so great to hear. We love Amy Poehler. Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah.
What a fun universe, like turn of events for that you were a grammar/English teacher, and so you ended up getting that. And that's really cool about the 2 different roles. I would not have known about the 2 different people do that for sure, but I think that's cool that they were just kind of trying to mix and match the roles. So that's really cool information. I love that.
Yeah, that's awesome. That seems smart.
Yeah.
Too. A smart way to do that.
Okay, let's listen to the second one.
I currently have a movie out called Love Danielle. It's based on my own personal story of having a BRCA1 gene mutation, but it is a comedy. You can follow me at devin.sidell on Instagram.
Yeah, okay, so I said it right. Sidell.
Sidell.
Okay, great, Devin. Thank you so much. I should have listened to that voice memo first, but I never do because I like reacting to the voice messages. But
yeah.
Yay. Okay, great. I would love to watch that. What did she say? Love Danielle? Okay, I'm going to put that in the show notes so that people can watch it. And I'll obviously tag her on Instagram and everything. Thank you for being so succinct and having such great energy in those voice memos. That was so fun. Oh my God. I love hearing from people that were on the show. It's my favorite.
Yeah, it's awesome. I love the full circle we get sometimes too of like so many people say the same thing. So it's like
true.
Authentic. Yeah.
Yeah, and like I said with the universe grammar thing, I love how confident Devin's character is that like she's right. Like, oops, you misspelled it, but I'll fix it. I got this.
Yeah, I got it.
She's so wrong. Wrong. He was so wrong.
I just love also Amy Poehler off to the side. Oh, she's making it worse. She's making it worse.
I know. I love that too. The whole she's getting further away. This would drive me so crazy. But I don't know. Maybe I'm just whatever. I feel like it's within her rights to fix this. I think it's that's fine. I think that this one little thing, like, is that like eating a bite of cake and then you're led to eat the whole pie? Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. I think she's fine to fix that.
I agree. I don't think she necessarily needs to say anything in the meeting. Like, let them feel power over them choosing the slogan and, just fix it like she does. Like, fix it for the sign. Like,
right.
There's no way we should be putting that's going to look so much worse.
Right.
If you're like, we allowed the grammar problems to be posted.
Yeah. And since she's the one that in the Midwest branch would be like overseeing it, doesn't the buck stop with her anyway? So she would need to be doing this at the new job anyway. I feel. Yeah.
Quality control. Yep. Quality control.
Okay, so I guess they've changed the poll to the forum, like not on the website, because I guess that got away from us and they were trying to fix the website till it got back up, because I noticed, that they were just voting in the actual forum, not on the website, and it passes. So that's exciting. Yeah. They brought Jewish Joe with them, Douche Nation, and I was waiting for a sound effect to come on because he has his laptop with him.
I know, he's ready.
But it didn't.
That was upsetting.
I know. Lost opportunity, I feel.
Yeah.
Like a wah wah or something would have been really good.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So they're looking at new properties. I guess it's good that Tom didn't know, because Tom's like, oh wow, the ones that came on the market today are so much better than yesterday. And they're like, yeah, totally real estate.
Yeah. So weird.
So bizarre. This one is under budget. It has everything on the list. And again, with the friends influencing and supporting your decision, April says really nice things because Tom's kind of on the fence. And I think that helps Tom, lock it down. And it's close to City Hall, so he'll keep a table open for them. And I think that is really sweet and so important.
Yeah.
Warms my heart. And then we're finally getting to presenting the slogan, where Yvonne Jourdain is the actor who plays Councilman Hauser, which, side note, we interviewed him for a full episode a long time ago. I think it was, obviously, was it last year or the year before? I don't know. I'll post that in the show notes because he's one of my fave guest actors, too. He is so sweet. This is his second to last episode. He'll come back next season for Ron and Jamie, which that will be a really fun episode to get to.
So great. Oh, yeah.
Friendly reminder, also, he's been in 19 episodes. Isn't that crazy? Wow. Wild.
Wow.
So I wrote him an email to see if there was anything specific that he remembers about this day on set. And he responded with, Happy New Year. I hope you're having a fantastic beginning to 2026. I do remember that shoot. We actually shot that in a park in, I believe it was Northridge, California. I can't remember the name of the park. We were nowhere near the lot. That I do remember, because I had said maybe it was like close to the studio so that, you didn't have to travel far. So that was a nice detail that he said they were not close to the studio at all. Since you've seen, he was asking me about the episodes that he was in where Leslie bumps his arm out of excitement and spills his coffee by bumping his arm, when she's like, I just really like it when you like me, or whatever. I get really excited when you like me. He wanted to know what episode that he was in, which, by the way, that was the filibuster episode. Still this season. I feel like that was ages ago, but that was this season.
Oh, yeah. You're right.
Wild.
Holy crap.
I know. We've come so far, I feel, in what we're doing with our lives. Not us. I mean, yes, us too, but
yes, yeah.
So all the mistakes on the sign get fixed, except for now it's in the wrong place and it's welcoming you as you're leaving, which honestly, great writing there, because that's just cherry on top.
Yeah, and that shouldn't have had to be her to catch that.
Right. Yeah, totally. But, Ben says you passed the test of delegating, so that's something. But this is where we talk about how she's worried that she's not going to be good at this new job / all the new responsibilities and new adventures that she's going to have to take on. And I agreed with Ben before he even said it. He was like, that's the stupidest thing you've ever said, so just shut your mouth.
Yeah.
I thought that was a really cute dynamic, because he says it so nicely, and you've got to just shut up because you're
Yeah.
so good.
And so matter-of-factly he says it,
Yeah. And his tone
so.
is so cute.
Yeah.
I love it. Then we get to Alerpus coming by and not knowing if he's leaving or entering because they've been driving around in circles with the sign being in the wrong place. And I'm like, Lerpus, you live there.
You live here,
Bjorn.
yeah.
You know where you should know where you're going. I love that
Cracks
he's depending on the sign to know if he's actually out of Pawnee.
That's such a problem.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
Well,
Did you have any other notes?
no, that was it.
Awesome. Okay. Well, thank you so much to everyone who sent in voice memos. Those were truly fantastic. I'm so glad that we got a chance to hear the behind the scenes because it just warms my heart so much. One of these days, maybe we'll get a chance to interact with Nick Offerman and ask him how he keeps that positive attitude all the time. And I think for him, it just might be like gratitude. Like he loves what he does. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
But anyway. Well, thank you guys again for listening. Don't forget to rate, review, subscribe. And thank you so much for everything. We hope you're all doing okay. For those in the eastern side, we're about to get snow. So hopefully everyone stays safe on that front. And also to the people of Minneapolis, I'm really proud of you. And I want to cry just thinking about how strong you are because fuck ICE. And I will die on that hill. Fuck them. And I'm really proud of Minneapolis, and I just wanted to shout them out. I don't know if we have any listeners here from them, but the whole world needs to know that Minneapolis is strong. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, and we stand with you.
Absolutely.
Not with the government.
Fuck it. Fuck them. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we love you all very much. Please let us know again if you have any questions, and we'll talk to you soon. Okay.
Yeah. Talk to you next time.
Bye.
There's a park and some pals, and there's also therapy too.